Being that this, the 2013 XPD, is in the southern Australian outback, we decided to catch up with Ray Zahab. Zahab is no stranger to desert running, as he's run across the Gobi Desert, the Atacama, as well as the Sahara Desert. So right now the XPD adventure race or expedition adventure race is happening in Australia. Quite a big chunk of it, actually all of it, is in the southern outback. They've got one leg that's going to be 50 kilometers or 50 miles, I believe, all through a desert section where they've been advised to carry 6 liters, or I think it's mandatory that they carry 6 liters. So lots of heat they're going to be putting up with. What are some of your thoughts, being that you've done a lot of desert races in the past? You just completed, the Gobi Run?
Yeah, I have. I've crossed the Sahara Desert, which was 7,500 K. I crossed the Atacama Desert, which was 1,200 kilometers, with just minimal daily resupplies. As a matter of fact, at one point, one of my resupplies was 50 K apart. The Gobi Desert recently, Death Valley National Park in California in summer, off-road. So, I've been in a lot of hot places. And the one thing, if I was going to say the most important tip is not to panic. Now, it sounds like sort of a silly statement, but what I mean by that is when I'm in a place that's really hot and I start to feel that stifly, oh my God, it's way too hot, it's too hot, it's being able to sort of take a breath and say, all right, it is really hot out, there's no doubt about it, but if you don't stress, put that additional stress on your body of that sort of panic mode, then, and relax and accept that it's going to be hot and pace yourself accordingly, stay hydrated, it's going to be easier to get through it. The heat is one of the most difficult things. I mean, these folks are all experienced, they're doing this race. They really know what they're doing, but it's a great reminder, and it's something that I have my teammates remind me of when I'm doing these expeditions, whether it's a support team or whatever. Yeah.
I mean, what are some of the biggest, I guess, things that you had to overcome in the last race? I mean, let's talk about that one, the last expedition that you did.
In any expedition that I'm doing, the most difficult parts from the physical and mental aspect, aside from the obvious ones, being away from my family, which I find very difficult, in the expedition itself, to the mechanics of what's actually happening, it's knowing that you got to get up the next day and do it again, and then the next day, and the next day, and the next day. And some days are really long, and I'm not just running, I'm also communicating with students back at home with the satellite system, or we're recording video and creating an archive of the people and the culture in the area that we're in. So there's a lot going on these expeditions, and it gets exhausting after a while. But again, to bring it back to the XPD, for people that are doing the race, what's really important is thinking about the day that you're in and biting it off in smaller chunks and focusing on what's happening in that moment. And the other days they all start to, they actually all start to blend into one after a while. But you get through the first few, and you build that confidence, and then as you move on through the race, it starts to become not easier necessarily, but more digestible,
All right, cool. Thanks so much, Ray. Definitely looking forward to following the race, the XPD race, and also catching up with you and your future exploits and seeing what you're going to be doing.
Awesome. No, I appreciate that, and good luck to everybody in the race.
What is up next for you?
Our next project is a youth-based expedition through our organization, Impossible to Possible, and we are taking an international team, 5 youth, on an expedition. They're training really hard right now. They're going to be going to Peru, and they're going to start running in the Peruvian Andes and descend into the Amazon jungle and learn about the biodiversity of the region. And through our partner, Simon Fraser University, they'll broadcast and stream this live curriculum into classrooms all over the world. The entire program is 100% free. It's free for the kids going on the expeditions, and it's free for the schools and the teachers and the students that are following along virtually. So
that's incredible.
I'm really excited about it. It's going to be really cool.
That's amazing. And how can people find out or get all the information? Where do they have to go?
Yeah, you can follow us on Facebook, Impossible, then the digit 2, Possible, or you can go to our website, impossible2possible.com, and again, it's the number 2, not T-O.
Okay.
And, follow along.
Awesome.
Hopefully they'll enjoy it.
Wicked. Thanks, Ray.
Thanks a lot.
Okay.